Hayley Redgiber was born in 1996 in the small town of Newburgh, Indiana. She was the first child in the family and had two younger sisters, whom she cared for deeply. Hayley was an excellent student in school and earned a scholarship to study at the medical faculty of the University of Southern Indiana. The girl's dream was to become a nurse to help people. For convenience, Hayley moved to Evansville, closer to the university. To pay for housing, the girl got a job as a waitress at a roadside cafe. Hayley's life was busy: work, studies, friends. But suddenly something terrible happened. On the morning of April 24, 2017, Hayley's mother, Heather, was browsing the news online over coffee. Suddenly she came across a message that the body of a young girl had been found on a football field near Newburgh. The identity of the deceased had not been established. As it turned out, the body was discovered by a woman driving past the field in the morning, who called the police. Heather was struck by a chilling thought. She rushed to her daughter's rooms to check if everything was all right with them. The two younger girls were sleeping peacefully in their beds. The mother began calling Hayley to make sure she was safe, but she didn't answer. The woman dialed the number again and again, but to no avail. It was strange, because Hayley was always reachable. The alarmed Heather contacted the university and learned that Hayley had not shown up for an important exam, which she would never have missed. The mother's heart was gripped with anxiety. Heather struggled with terrible thoughts, convincing herself that Hayley was fine, but the fear persisted. The woman called Hayley's best friend, but she hadn't seen the girl since the day before. On April 23, Hayley had worked at the cafe and was supposed to go home in the evening. Heather asked the friend, who had the keys to Hayley's apartment, to go and check on her. The friend agreed, as she herself began to worry. Arriving at the building, she saw Hayley's car in the driveway. The girl knocked on the door, but no one answered. Then she unlocked it with her key and went inside. The apartment was silent. Hayley was nowhere to be found. The stunned friend informed Hayley's mother that she was missing. Heather woke her younger daughters and all three set about taking action. They began posting about Hayley's disappearance on social media, asking for help. Friends sent the sisters links to the news about the body found on the football field. But the relatives refused to believe the worst. Meanwhile, the murder investigation continued on the field. The area was deserted: no housing, no buildings, no surveillance cameras. Only fields and trees around. The deceased girl was shot in the back of the head with a single shot. Detectives speculated that she knew the killer and trusted him, and he treacherously shot her from behind. The tracks on the gravel indicated that the girl was still alive for some time and died in agony in the pose of a snow angel. A blue towel lay beside the body, the only find at the crime scene. No weapons, no shells, no documents or phone on the girl. The autopsy showed no rape, so that could not have been the motive. But what was the girl doing in such a remote place at night? In despair, Hayley's mother turned to the local police, asking them to check on her daughter. Hayley's description and photo were passed on to the investigators working on the murder at the field. Soon they confirmed the identity of the deceased. Heather's world shattered to pieces. She identified her daughter, particularly by her tattoos. Later, during a conversation, the police asked who could have committed this crime. And Heather could name only one name: Thaddeus Rice. 3 days before, on April 20th, under suspicious circumstances, a 10-month-old baby died, Hayley's godson, the son of her classmate Jordan. Thaddeus Rice, Jordan's boyfriend, tripped over a bag of diapers, fell and threw the baby down the stairs. The child died in the hospital 2 days later. Hayley supported her grieving friend and, upon returning for things, noticed the same bag at the bottom by the couch. This raised suspicions, because Hayley didn't believe Thaddeus's version, knowing about his dubious reputation and conviction for rape. The girl, despite her relatives' warnings, decided to share her doubts with the police. Could this have been the motive for the murder? The investigators considered the baby's death a strange coincidence. Before her death, Hayley had been texting with Jordan. The detectives interrogated the couple, but Thaddeus refused to talk. Jordan confirmed Hayley's visit, assuring that her fiancé had been home all night. Cameras recorded Hayley driving in and out. Colleagues said the girl looked exhausted and went straight home after her shift. Hayley's mother recalled another name, Isaiah Hagin, her daughter's ex-boyfriend. They had met at work and had a short-lived romance. Hayley decided to focus on her studies and broke up with Isaiah, remaining friends. The woman speculated that the young man might have harbored resentment. Detectives learned that on the day of the murder, Isaiah had met with Hayley. Cameras recorded him picking the girl up from home at 10:30 p.m. An hour later, Isaiah met up with his friend Jake and they played video games. Around 2 a.m., the guys went to Walmart, where cameras captured them again, but without Hayley. During the interrogation, Jake admitted that he hadn't seen Hayley that evening. Isaiah had come alone and told him that he had given the girl a ride to the park near the football field to meet someone. Jake had noticed his friend's strange behavior, debts, suspicions of theft. Isaiah kept quiet about his problems. It turned out that Isaiah had borrowed $600 or more from Hayley, promising to pay it back by the end of April. Could he have killed over money? During the interrogation, the guy calmly repeated Jake's story. He had given Hayley a ride to the park and left, though he was surprised why she would meet someone in the middle of the night in the wilderness. Later, Isaiah tried to call and text, because he was worried. But the police exposed the lie. Park cameras did not record Isaiah's car. Hayley and Isaiah's phones were together all evening in the field where the body was found, and then the girl's gadget disappeared, while Isaiah's went to his friend's place. Caught in a lie, the suspect got confused in his testimony. He eventually claimed that Hayley had left her phone in his car, and he had thrown it out, but didn't explain why. Investigators were puzzled as to why Isaiah had texted in the morning, knowing the girl didn't have her phone. Isaiah's lack of answers raised suspicions, but for lack of evidence he was released. His parents didn't believe their good son was capable of murder. His mother, who worked in a prison, attended the interrogations, but their conversations remained unrecorded. Despite only circumstantial evidence, Isaiah was arrested on charges of first-degree murder, obstruction of justice, and robbery. A search revealed blue towels similar to the one found at the crime scene, and a missing gun of the same caliber. The parents didn't know where the weapon was, but believed in their son's innocence. The correspondence showed that at night Isaiah had written to his father about $200 that he had borrowed and returned. The prosecution believed this money had been stolen from Hayley. Isaiah had also written 2 checks for $300 each from the girl's account, but one had not gone through. At trial, Isaiah insisted on his innocence. The defense accused the prosecutors of bias and lack of direct evidence, DNA, fingerprints, camera footage. Even the DNA on the towel was missing. At 4 a.m., the victim's phone turned on in the field while Isaiah was sleeping at home. The prosecutor believed the suspect could have returned to the crime scene. Neither side had an advantage until the prosecutor called Isaiah's mother. The woman admitted that her son had told her about an accidental shot and a discarded gun. Despite the lawyer's attempts to convince the jury not to trust her words, they unanimously found Isaiah guilty. The 23-year-old young man was sentenced to 60 years in prison. The disappointed parents filed appeals, but to no avail. The mother later claimed that she had lied about her son's confession. Thaddeus Rice was accused of murder and negligence that led to the baby's death from a head injury. Despite changing testimony, he was found guilty and sentenced to 40 years. That's all for now. Please share your thoughts in the comments below. Give this video a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any future content. Take care and goodbye.